burns, burns. That's that.
Get some Johnny Cash.
Yeah, because you don't have to really sing it, you can just kind of speak it. That's what
I do instrumentals really well.
What instrument do you play?
No, I sing instrumentals.
Oh, you sing instrumentals.
So I don't sing.
It's just a
beatbox. Go ahead. And it burns, burns.
So I just met a young lady who's waited 16 years for this moment.
Who?
Yeah.
Do tell more.
I met her. It might be her. She was super excited. And I have to say that I'm kind of with her. I was given these books by a friend, and I was like, I'm not reading this because I'm an adult, and this is a young adult book, and I'm not reading this. And I read them all, and we proceeded to, as grown women, go to every opening night premiere of these movies.
My husband.
Yes, grown woman. I don't know what it is about vampires. But you guys knew coming into this, the franchise was already huge.
No.
You didn't.
No, because when we were making the first Twilight, the books just had like an underground following. So I remember when my agent called me and said, do you want to do a vampire movie? And I said no. Because at the time they were making like a bunch of vampire movies. It was like, it was like guys in caves and blood and guts, and it was just like that. Vampire movies go in waves where they're kind of good, and then they kind of, there's like 1,000 of them that are really
wasn't
bad.
Blade, wasn't Interview with the Vampire, wasn't
Yeah.
Night Watch. It was a vampire movie with no fangs and it sparkled. And it's like,
Well, then
We
they
love
said,
that.
they said they had a small underground following. I was like, maybe. And then they said Catherine Hardwicke's directing, and I was like, I like her. I mean, she's
Like,
got
how'd they get her?
Yeah, I was like, all right, let me take a look at it. Do you have a script? And they said, no script. They just have like the scenes that they want you to audition with. And I said, well, okay, is the book out? And they said, yeah. So I went out and I got the book, and then I read it and I was like, let's just skip to Carlisle's part, Carlisle, bullshit, Carlisle. Oh, there's Carlisle. And then I was like, oh wait, and then I was reading it, I was like, this is actually good. And I went back to page 1 to start reading it, and I was up to like 3 in the morning reading the book. And then I went to the audition the next day, zombie-eyed, and read for it.
No pun intended, it literally sucks you in.
His eyes were red. It was great.
It
My
sucks.
eyes are red, they're like, this is the guy.
You're hungry.
Kellan, did you always know that you were going in for Emmett?
Well, so I was doing Generation Kill in Africa, and that was 7 months just playing Marine. And they sent me the script, so I had the script at that time.
Who were your agents? I didn't.
Yeah, they're on the black market. But I had the role of Edward. I think they wanted me to read for. So this is before. This is really like I got the script early. I feel like, and I read it. I'm like, this kid is depressing. Everything was just so moody, and I had just gotten done killing a lot of people in Marine. I'm like, So I passed on it, and my team's like, no, this is gonna be huge. I'm like, but why? They sparkle, there's no fangs, and it's a love story. I like Blade.
Yes.
I like Night Watch. I like biting people, and not deer. And so then I passed, finished the show, came back to America, and they're like, hey, what about Emmett? I did not remember Emmett when I read the script. That's how little he was in the script. I'm like, who's Emmett? They're like, oh, it's the big brother. And I'm like, okay, let me reread. Bullshit. Emmett, bullshit. Her name is Bella. But it was really, really funny. And I liked his jovial spirit, and he's the big brother. And I was pretty big after playing Marine. And so I did the audition, and I remember I didn't know it was a book series either. So Ashley Green actually told me it was a book series. I got the book series, and I read it, and it was like a really good read, and I learned so much more about my character. But it was a lot of fun.
I so would have paid to see you walk into a bookstore and pick up Twilight. And
Oh, I didn't.
At the
I ordered
bookstore
that.
just looking at you and being like,
This was Amazon. I was in Iowa on my farm, my grandparents' farm, when the books came in, and there's not a lot to do on that farm. All the animals were gone, so it was just great.
I know you guys have questions, but I do have to say the biggest jealousy that I have of your characters is I'm a hunter, and you guys get deer way quicker than me. Your vampire skills are
You
quicker
bow
than
or
I both.
Bare hands.
Yeah, bare hands. I actually run, chase, use my sparkly nails, my Twilight sparkly nails. You guys, there's a microphone right up here, so come on up.
And
I know you
sing
have your
some tunes.
questions.
You have to sing
It is
your
required you sing
question.
your question because that just makes it more fun. And tell us your name so we know who they're speaking to, please.
Hi, my name is Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jane.
So my question is, do you know if there's any future for the Twilight series anytime in the works, or like if you guys will ever be a part of something like that in the future?
I heard there was like an animated TV series possibly happening.
Yeah, I don't know what they're.
I would personally love to see Midnight Sun. Just Edward's point of view of it all, because the book's hilarious and great. And yeah, I think we all have aged well and could do the remake of Twilight. Which
Yeah.
would be great.
I hope they don't reboot it anytime soon. Only because I love the characters so much. Like it's too soon to reboot. I hope that they don't. I mean, eventually they will.
Would they though? Like, would they ever reboot?
Oh, they would reboot anything in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but not. I mean, it's different. Like, you can't do Harry Potter reboot.
Right, I
You
think
can't
with
do.
certain
But
properties,
they
the
are.
fans
They're
don't allow
doing
it.
Harry Potter
They did
like
that-
TV series. They're doing like a TV series Harry Potter, rebooting all those characters. into TV
Yeah,
series.
really?
That's what I heard. I mean, I
That would
heard
be
they
terrible.
might do that too. I don't know what they're doing. No one tells us anything.
I don't
You guys
want-
probably know more than we do.
We don't want a new cast.
I mean, I
We
saw
want-
online something about a Twilight series in the works, but I didn't know if
Yeah,
that
that's
was
what I
fake
heard.
or if it was naturally planned.
And then we can get some like ER scenes with Dr. Cullen, so we can do a
I
little
mean,
bit of
there's
Dr.
300 years of history there. So.
Yeah.
There's a lot of episodes.
Some backstories.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your question. Who's next?
Thank you, Jamie.
Come on, Miss 16 years, get up there. I know you have a question. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Salome. I actually just took a selfie, yes, with you. My question is, did you guys expect that how big this franchise was gonna get and how much it affected like the future generation?
I don't think when we were making the movie, I don't think we even thought there would be a second one. I think we were all sitting around going, I hope we get to make a second one, and there were 3 books, so we were like, wouldn't it be cool if we could do the second one? And then there were days where we were like, oh, thank God no one's gonna see this movie. This movie looks terrible. Like, there were times I look in the mirror and go, I look like Ronald McDonald. I don't know what's happening. Because, you look kind of pasty, right? Your makeup's better than ours was on the day.
That's very true.
Yeah. I mean, they made it look good on film, but sometimes we'd show up and it'd be so white, we'd look at each other and go, and then it'd be raining and our makeup would be running down our face. We're like, we look terrible. So I don't think, no, we didn't know. I mean, when the first movie came out, there was like people were tenting out to see the movies. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. But then I thought they haven't seen the movies yet, so if they don't like them, this happy crowd's gonna, chase us out of town with pitchforks. Luckily, they liked it, and we're still here.
14 years later.
I think it's 15.
Is it 15? I was like, it's either 14 or 15 years that it's been.
15?
That's still that loyal.
She's almost 16.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Just stop.
You're
Stop.
making us
Hey,
feel
guys.
old.
Yeah.
No, but that's what's fun. I mean, we've been a part of that, and we get to come here and hang out with you guys and the generations that come. And now Twi moms have kids who are reading the books and seeing the movies with them, and it's really take it, you guys.
It's my daughter.
It's
right?
his daughter. It's his daughter.
I hope that's right.
Hi.
We're doing a Q&A right now.
Lola, what's your favorite? What's your favorite Twilight movie?
What's your favorite Twilight movie, Lola?
I really like the first one. It's very nostalgic for me.
Great answer.
Who's your favorite Cullen?
Yeah.
Don't answer. I love you. Let me call you back in like 30 minutes? About 30 minutes. Everything okay? Everybody safe? Okay. I love you.
That's a good dad.
Aw, such a good dad.
But we didn't know like how big it would be, and then we started having Twi moms as they would name themselves on set, and they'd find us and come to our hotel rooms and knock.
Your hotel? No one came to my hotel.
Whoa.
No, I had some. And they brought me gifts, and Peter's like, "You didn't let him in, did you?" I'm like, and then he told me all that he's been a man of wisdom.
Don't let people into your room, Kellan.
No.
Stranger danger.
Yes, but they had like gummy bears and like a whole basket.
Don't get into the white van.
It says candy, Dad.
Don't get into the fan. Thank you so much for your question. Who's got the next question? Come on, girls.
Chelsea, go for it.
Hi, I'm Brooke. And my question is, if for both of you, if you could recast your characters with anybody else, like anybody else famous, who would you cast as Emmett and Carlisle?
Chris Pratt would be fun. Like, I think he wouldn't do as great of a job. I'm just saying. Yeah, he'd be great.
I don't know. Carlisle. Who do you guys want to see as Carlisle if I could play? That was a trick question.
That's terrible.
I'm not giving away my role. I'm playing him. That's it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Matthew McConaughey.
I know you guys have been asked over the years, probably more than once, if you could have had any one of the other gifts of any of the Cullen clan members, what would it have been? But has your answer changed as you've gotten older and as time has passed since you've been in the franchise? Whether it was mind reading or controlling emotions.
I mean, I like the future, seeing the futures.
It's so much pressure, though. Right?
I mean, you could always change it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I still question what Emmett's power was. I mean, he's a super strong guy, but I don't think you saw enough of it in the movies.
I saw strong. You guys saw strong.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, that's just natural gifting, though. So. Where did Kellan end and Emmett started?
Carlisle's was compassion. So did you?
I felt that every scene. I'm just like giddy inside.
I'm gonna smite you with compassion. Because of Victoria, I'll be compassionate. Get away from me.
I love you, Bella.
Stay with my family. I'm compassionate. It's not the greatest superpower either.
You expressed it very well, though. Love, the power of love. That's like Captain Planet, right? You just all powers combined.
Like Mr. Rogers.
That's it.
I like that. Thank you very much for your question. Who's next?
Do you remember all the Volturi's powers? I don't remember, like, yeah.
I only
remember
remember
Aro's
the one.
laugh.
Yes.
Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. What's that? Aro's laugh.
Hi, I'm Jeremy.
Jeremy.
My question's for Peter. How quick was the turnaround from Twilight to Supergirl, and what was it like going from like the sweet, caring Carlisle to kind of like maniacal genius Maxwell Lord?
Oh, you had me a genius. Well, 2016, so we're probably like maybe, when did we finish the Twilight movies? 14, 15?
I mean, from like the whole franchise or like Twilight itself?
The whole
I think it was like a
franchise.
year or two after.
Because you were doing Nurse Jackie.
I was doing Nurse Jackie while we were
This guy.
doing,
Double Doctor.
Yeah, which was it because those characters are so polar opposite too. I don't know if you ever saw Nurse Jackie, but that one's also a funny character. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was look, a lot of times most of the roles I do, when I get the role, I'm like, I don't know if they know that I don't know how to do this. Because there's like a part of me that's like, I don't know how to play the character because it's so different from me that I'm like trying to, but then you do the work, you do the homework, and then you show up on set, and then it kind of just percolates and then comes out. And so, I don't know, once I was done with Twilight, I put it down, but even when I was shooting Nurse Jackie and Twilight at the same time, it's like, you know these guys, you know, because you've done the homework, and then when you show up, it kind of comes out, you know. I always think, like, people say, well, what's acting like? We act all the time, right? So it's like this, you have mom and dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Your son? You have best friends?
Yeah.
Okay. So you act differently around your friends sometimes than you do your parents. So when you go from your friends to your mom and dad's house, do you have to switch gears?
Oh, definitely.
You do? But do you have to like switch something on and off, or you just kind of like know
It
that?
just kind of does.
Yeah, it just kind of does it, right? So like, it's kind of like when you're in different situations. If we were at a wedding and you got a suit on, you're acting different than if you're like watching a movie with your sweatpants on with your friends. So it's like you're always shifting gears, acting. I'm making it sound very easy, but it is like that in a weird way. It's just an energy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. Who's next? Come on, girls. I know you have questions for these lovely gentlemen. Or I'm gonna make them start doing like push-ups. And then they're really gonna hate me.
He'd win.
Hi, so my name is Jen. Oh my God, don't.
You got this, Jen, you got this.
I asked Kellan before, but I don't think you ever answered my question, but it's for both of you. Out of all the films of Twilight that you have done, which one was your favorite one to make? I can tell you what mine was.
Which one was it?
Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Okay.
Why? Because Bella finally became a freaking vampire.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say because I got my head cut off.
Well, no. I didn't wait, so I cried my eyes out.
Yeah, when people are like, you know what my favorite part is? When your head got cut off.
I cried my eyes out, and then I was so happy when it was only, I was going to say Ashley Green. I can't think of her name right now. Alice! That it was only her showing Alice.
Yeah.
I was like, thank God he's alive, because I was so mad. I literally thought you were going to die in the movie. Okay, so answer my question.
Yeah.
What was the question?
What was your favorite film to make?
Yes.
I always say Twilight because it's like, I mean, it hadn't come out yet. We didn't know it was this little indie movie we were making. We really didn't know it was going to be this big thing. So it's kind of intimate and smaller, you know. It kind of felt like the calm before the storm, you know. But it was a fun ride afterwards too. New Moon was the worst. Because
I hated the book.
Well, here's the thing, like, we had this mega success with Twilight. We were so excited to go into the second one, and then I only worked like a week on that movie. So it's like a bummer, because I wanted to do more, but we weren't in that book that much. So we had to wait till like Eclipse to actually come and do more. And then we had to wait for that whole movie to come out, and then, you know, and then we're in it sporadically, but it's like, you know, we worked the whole week on it. It's just, you know. What was your favorite?
Yeah, they're all so different for different reasons. Like Twilight, it was just the first one, but also the cheapest budget. Second one, barely any work, so it was nice because I got to go back home and hang out with my friends and do like 2 days of work. The third one was darker, which was really fun because I felt like the first and second one were kind of campy.
Yeah.
And then Breaking Dawn, we had the biggest budget, but then even in that fighting scene, we had 2 weeks of just standing there. Like I just stood there in the fake snow.
Seriously?
As
It took 2 weeks to, well,
probably longer than
Yeah,
that, but
longer
just
than that.
when you're doing wide shots, it's such a big scene, and we're all standing there like. But you know, every day you're doing that again. It's on the schedule because they're getting everyone's point of view, and
they had to get like everyone's covered.
It's like a
So it looks exciting, but first the way we shot that was we were all in a huge stadium, you know, so it was indoors actually, and they put paper snow down. So there are these little tiny, like, you know, cut up paper, like almost like cotton.
on the package it said, "Do not use indoors, could cause cancer." We're like,
well, we would be breathing it in and then go home and I'd be blowing my nose and all this white stuff coming out for like weeks. I think it was like,
is it worth it?
But then you have like, you know, 50 vampires on that side, all the way like another, like double the size of this room, and then like 30, 40 vampires on this side. You're just, you know, you're waiting because like somebody has a line there, and then 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 it's your turn. And then you're just, by the time I got to you, I'm like, oh, it's my turn. What's my line? One line. Yeah. Yes! And then, you know, and then I had one line I was really embarrassed, right? Because there was one line, you know, you're waiting, and it's waiting and waiting. And by the time it got to me, I had this one line, and it was, she's not an immortal. That's all I had to say, right? And here I am, like, the new vampires are all there. They're all excited. We've done, like, 4 movies now, right? So it's the 5th movie. And sorry, that's my audience. Bored to tears. So my line is, she's not an immortal, right? So it's like somebody says something, somebody says something, somebody says something, somebody says something, and it's like this for 2 weeks, right? And so finally, I'm like, oh, I think I get to say my line today, right? And so here it comes. I'm like, okay, somebody's like, okay, they suck, and then it comes to my turn, and I go, she's an immortal. I mean, not. She's not an immortal. She's not an immortal. And everybody just starts laughing. You ever have 100 people laugh at you? It's not fun. Especially when they're like, oh, he's been here for four movies and they know what they're doing, and then it comes to me, I have one line and I blow it. Because if I said she was immortal, they probably would have like all killed us, or if she was mortal. But I
broke the rules.
Yeah, she's not an immortal. Everything's cool. I say she's mortal, not mortal, not immortal. Opposite day. Opposite day. Just kidding. It was pretty funny. Had to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have time for a couple more questions before we have to let these gentlemen get back to their tables.
Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
The Twilight soundtrack was really, really good, and I just got the repressing on vinyl, and it's one of my prized possessions. What are standouts for you?
There's a possibility. The baseball.
Super Massive Black Hole. Yes.
I mean, I it's kind of embarrassing, but I do play the soundtrack because it's so good.
It is.
Yeah. Used and Rob had a couple pair more. Like, there's just some really great. I think that's one of my favorite things about the saga is the music and how each director and Catherine started who's
really
good.
started.
Jackson gave some great thoughts, and we got to get some of these bands. Sometimes even before they really hit, or they were a hit, and we got to use them. The music makes movies. So was it Edwards Ballard or Bella's?
Bella's Alive.
Yeah, really great. Yeah, I like it a lot.
No, I think you're right. Music makes I remember being in Hot Topic, like listening to the soundtrack before the movie came out with like a bunch of other people.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's fun because it stirs up memories, and not just for us, but as fans, but of movie moments and of things that we fell in love with the franchise, whether it be from the books or from the films or from the characters. It's been an absolute blast. Anybody else have one last question? Come on up.
Yeah.
Oh, we can get 2 last questions in. You can get 2.
Kevin.
Hi, it's Gabby. Did you guys keep anything from the sets, like something that means something to you from any of the movies that you do?
Legally or?
The fake snow.
What does that word?
I mean, I have my outfit, I have my for the baseball scene, I have my hat, I have my bracelet. Flushed all the contacts down the toilet because I hated those.
Oh, he hated those contacts. I remember the first movie. He was like, I might not be able to do this movie. Like literally,
get them in my
it was
eyes.
like we were holding them down, and like 3 because they didn't even. It was such a low budget. We didn't have like a contact lens technician, so they were like, here you go, and he was like, I've never worn contacts, and they were the size of like small hubcaps, and they were really hard. So like. We'd had like 3 people holding Kellan. Yeah, he's a very strong guy. I don't think he ever got used to him either.
No. And they're like, you have to look the other way to put them in. I'm like, that makes no sense. You're supposed to like look,
Was it easier to take them out? Or it was just as hard to take them out?
I'd rather just tattoo my eyeball.
It was torturous for it. I remember.
Did you keep anything? Did you keep anything?
I thought it was really cool that I had my ring in it. So I kept that.
Sweet.
Then the second one, they were like, we need your ring back. I was like, oh, I don't have that. And then they started selling the ring on like Hot Topic. And then I was like, that's actually nicer than mine. So this one thing that I had, like everybody owns, there you go. I was like, the replicas are actually nicer than the one I had.
It's a heavy ring.
Yeah, it is heavy. Because usually the replicas aren't nearly as nice. That's actually a replica. If that ring and my ring were in my hand, I'd be like, I don't know which one's which. So, anyway, I got a bomb on Hot Topics.
I think Ashley Green. So she did the Porsche, right, in Italy. And
She kept her Porsche?
She got a deal with Porsche because she drove that. She got it. I'm like, can I get a Jeep deal? Like, Jeep was freaking cool. That didn't happen, but I would have taken.
Did Rob have an Audi deal?
You know, we all had Audi deals. Audi sponsored the movies. Did you ever have an Audi?
No.
I'm sorry.
Carlisle didn't get anything. I mean, I remember when I walked by the field, it was like, oh, he's a doctor. I'll get to go to Italy. No. I'll get to deliver the baby because I'm the doctor. No. It's like, what do I get to do? Oh, my head cut.
Compassionate.
Compassion.
You get to be the dad.
Yeah.
Come on, get up your question. I know you have it.
Hello, my name is Christine.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
It has
you.
been
That's a
like
cool New Jersey accent you got here.
Yeah.
I am not from here.
Oh, no.
I'm actually from Nicaragua.
Oh, nice.
I came here like 4 years ago.
Amazing.
So welcome to my hometown.
I love it.
I've been a fan of the books and the movies since like they came out 15 years ago. So it has been like quite a ride. So my question, I know that something similar was already asked, but my question is, what is your favorite book movie? Like as a whole.
I'm gonna stick with Twilight, the original Twilight, the first one.
I think the Eclipse book was dark. It was fun to read something so like, ooh, David Slade's gonna have like a really
David
fun time.
Spade would have
David's dark comedy
would have been a very cool movie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was great.
And
but
finally
yeah,
didn't have to listen to Jacob Wine anymore.
Yeah.
I think that was like a
That
big
guy.
thing. Or Taylor. Like I feel kind of bad for Taylor.
Yeah.
He had to whine a lot.
He was young,
I mean, he was whiny because he was just so angry because he was going to become a wolf anyway, so,
Maybe facts.
And then come to find out that he's stuck in the Cullen family for the rest of his life.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing creepy about an adult imprinting on a child. And with that note, we are going to send these fabulous
Thank you guys so
gentlemen back.
much.
Thank you guys so much.